I'm really active. I'm strong. So why do I keep hurting off and on? This is a very common question, and here is the short answer. You are imbalanced. Some muscles are weak, some can't reach the length they need, some can't produce or tolerate the tension they're supposed to handle, and eventually that shows up as pain. Now comes the very common and reasonable pushback. Strength can't be my problem. I'm already strong because I can bike, run, hike, line dance, swim, deadlift, etc., etc. And to be fair, in those specific patterns, yes, you are strong. But strength in specific patterns doesn't guarantee balanced strength around all your joints. It doesn't guarantee that you will have the full range of movement your body needs in order to handle less predictable endeavors. So let's look at some examples. Example 1, the Bicep Curl Club. Let's say I join a club where all we do is bicep curls, month after month, year after year. We keep trying to lift more weight. And eventually members start dropping off because of, would you guess, elbow pain and wrist pain. And among the membership, we just say, well, that's aging, that's how it is. But is it? Or is it the result of hammering one motion endlessly while never training the opposing muscles, the stabilizers, or just taking the joint through some other demands? Example 2, a bike club. I sit all day at work. Then I get on my bike and hammer the pedals for 2 hours, day after day. I get endorphins, I set speed records, and my fitness tracker is going nuts, praising me day after day. But my knees feel weird, my hips feel really stiff. I just don't feel that great walking or running or really doing much of anything besides biking. So it must be old age, right? Meanwhile, I'm living in hip flexion all day and then loading that same pattern hard while never building strength or mobility outside of those specific ranges of motion. So let's look at example 3, the well-rounded gym athlete. He's actually trying to do more. This person is training the big 3 lifts, the bench press, the deadlift, the squat, and on top of that, they're adding pull-ups, handstands, box jumps, and they're thinking, I'm covering all my bases, and yet, for some reason, their shoulders hurt, their hands go numb at night, certain positions for their hips feel terrible and achy, their knees don't feel great, they feel stiff all the time. Why? Because even a program that looks well-rounded on paper can still miss joint balance. You can be strong pushing and pulling, but you might be really weak in rotation. You might be really weak at end ranges, weak in smaller stabilizers, weak in positions you don't train often. And adding constant tension to the same muscles at the same lengths over and over leads to compression and or extremely limited range of motion. Just like doing bicep curls all day would gradually ruin my elbow extension, so too can any other repetitive movement pattern taken to an extreme. Now, the big takeaway here is that impressive feats do not automatically mean your body is balanced. That doesn't mean the feats are not impressive. That doesn't mean you shouldn't be proud of what you can do. But just because you can do them does not mean your body is optimized for strength and versatility. You can deadlift huge amounts of weights and still have hips that don't rotate well and that don't feel good. You can do 100 push-ups a day and still have shoulders that hate overhead positions. You can bike 200 miles and still have knees that struggle when walking downstairs. You can do the full splits in any direction easily and have hips that feel achy and unstable. Muscles don't just need strength for one activity. They need strength in multiple directions, at multiple lengths, at different speeds, and in different orientations. Otherwise, muscles and joints complain. So yes, you are strong, and you aren't balanced. And that gap between strength and overall balance is where a lot of nagging, recurring pain lives. The solution? It's to expose your body and all its joints to different ranges and different challenges. Safely, slowly, and gradually. Over time, you restore balance, comfort, and competence. For a totally free program to help you explore new ranges and new positions for your body, check out the Body Rebuilding Basics at uprighthealth.com/BRB. Thanks for listening, and as always, I hope you remember that pain sucks. Life shouldn't.